Just turn it down a smidge.
Turn it off.
Just mute it. Down lower, down below.
Just turn it down just a smidge. All right, guys, welcome back to Fun, Fresh and Footy, this Sunday sesh edition with Pete Nash. And today we are joined with Petey. Who are we with?
Bad Bobbi Law.
Or Big Nug, as she goes by in our footy tipping competition. So, in true State of Origin tradition, we've decided to jump on the Blues cans, which we'll all be enjoying. Does anyone want a stubby cooler?
Nah, we'll keep the advertising up on our video. Have them.
Well, we've got New South Wales ones, or we've got Sydney Roosters ones.
It's all good.
Which is fitting. That's fine. And if anyone needs a Barocca for later on, I've got them there as well. All right.
Not sponsored at the moment. Not sponsored.
But hoping to be.
Let's hit it.
Barocca.
Let's hit it. Welcome to Fun, Fresh and Footy with Pete Nash. Alrighty, welcome back for another another Sunday Sesh episode. So basically what we did last week is we bring in some of the greatest minds that we know and we sit them down for an in-depth conversation, get to know them, and luckily enough for us, Bobbi is a little bit more special than us.
Or Brooke.
Oh, and Brooke.
A bit more special than Brooke.
Brooke's a loser. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Brooke. So Bobbi actually has been playing in the NRLW for the Sydney Roosters, which is
our favourite team.
Our favourite team. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a quick recap on who you are. We're going to try and keep it as casual as possible, so don't look too nervous.
I'm pretty nervous.
Smash the beers and you'll be fine. We're going to get a quick recap of your life, how you got into footy, because I know you've dabbled a little bit in everything. You're a bit of a turncoat. You go from one code to the other. And then obviously your playing career, getting to the opportunity to play in the NRLW. Sorry, I've got Super W on the brain now. And yeah, we'll have a little bit of fun at the end. Stop looking at the questions, bro. So did you watch, well, first of all, we'll start Origin on, what day is it?
That was on Friday.
Friday. Did you watch the game?
I did.
Thoughts, comments, queries?
Oof, it was pretty tough, bit wet, bit scrappy footy, but, you know, Queensland was just that little bit better at the end.
It was just unlucky at the end.
And what were some of your highlights from it?
I thought Isabel.
Yes.
She was good.
Yeah.
We had her in our multi.
We did.
Yes, no. She just went looking for the ball, and Bo, I think them two just really...
You've played a fair bit of footy with Isabella, is that correct? Like correct. Even touch days as well?
Oh yeah, back in those days.
Well, we will touch on touch. We'll be very touchy with touch. But nah, I agree. It was I don't know what it is about like State of Origin, but I always seem to be on night shift when it's on.
Yeah.
And I always seem to be doing this one particular job as it kicks off, so I can't even like watch it. But anyway, it was a gritty game, and it was just, very unfortunate at the end that they gave away that penalty. And that chick, who was the goal kicker? Because she never misses.
Lauren Brown.
She's a phenomenal kicker.
Yeah. So what is your thoughts? Like, what do you think New South Wales needed to do? Like, what do you think there was to get over the line?
Ooh, I thought we played a bit too safe. I thought we should have just had a bit of more of a crack getting it to Isabel and Sergis. Let them have a crack, and then
I thought so too.
Just trying to go.
Because they're fun, fresh players that can kind of like move the ball around and make stuff out of nothing.
Well, that was nearly that try for Sergis, and it was just a little fumble, but she was looking good. And also a lot of chat about it should be a 3-game series. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. It's tough. Like
I thought for games like that where it finishes sort of like in a bit of a sad way, just like a penalty kick to win. Like it'd be nice to have those extra games to do it. And I thought the quality was good. Like I'd love to watch 3 games of it.
Do you, just like with you, when you hesitated just there a bit, do you think it should be a 1-game game purely because these women have to work full-time jobs?
It's pretty tough juggling footy.
Plus working full-time as well, whereas the men, that is their full-time job.
Yeah, so it is quite hard to get the time off to be able to go into camp and train enough. So.
Like, it'd be pretty sick, but it's just...
Yeah. Oh, it'd be mad.
And the actual spectacle of watching it would be amazing to have the 3 games, but
when you
potentially...
think about the actual player and their...
Well, that's like, if anything, it's more like we should have 3 games, but the pay rise should be there for the women so that they're able to...
Yeah.
So what you also mentioned this on our last podcast, Pete, that the Queensland girls' actual match payments were equivalent to what the Queensland boys were getting.
Yeah, they matched their payments. The women for New South Wales, I don't think did. I'm not sure what their payments were, but the Queensland NRL came out and said that they would pay their girls the same match payments for men for Origin.
That's pretty mad.
Yeah, which is a massive
That's
step.
hectic.
Don't they get like 40 grand?
Yeah, it's about 30 or 40 grand
about 30
or something.
grand or something, yeah.
But you can make you can make nearly just under 100 duckies playing all 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, which is great. And that's just like such a good step in the right direction. And you could tell they had great quality footy, and that comes from that reward of the higher payment.
That is outstanding.
Yeah,
I will admit, as much as I'm a massive New South Wales fan. Obviously, I'm drinking blue blokes right now. But there's a few characters in the Queensland team.
Yeah, and I honestly thought both teams came out and played really well.
Peter's gone off topic. What you were going with, Crebit?
Yeah, I was going with larrikins, and you're saying good game.
There was larrikins as well.
I mean, like the after party part.
Oh yeah, they were good too. I feel like feel as though it's a little bit hard. I feel like sometimes in the commentary with the women's game, like players that have just kind of been around for the longest get the most airtime in their conversation. You know what I mean? There'll be players that I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl is literally playing out of her skin and hardly gets a mention. And then they'll talk
about the people that have been there.
Yeah, the likes of like Ali Brigginshaw. Not saying that she didn't have a great game, but she got like the biggest rap. She got given the game changer of the game at half time. And I was like, there's some girls out there busting their asses that I thought were playing probably better than her and didn't really get the recognition.
Well, Queensland got the bickies in a very nail-biting, gruelling match. So hopefully next year we can retain the silverware. So enough about them. What we'll do is we'll move on to you, Big Nug. Let's find out a little bit about yourself. So where are you from?
I'm originally from Nelson Bay.
Nelson Bay, you big snob.
Lovely part of the world, though. Lovely part.
Lovely part of the world. So you went to school there, grew up there?
Yep.
What about sports and stuff? So when did you start playing any type of sport?
Well, my mum forced me against my will to play tennis. She wanted me to be a professional tennis player, but...
Well, there was good money in that, so fair.
Yeah, no, I'm kicking myself now anyway.
Wimbledon's coming up.
I could be there.
And how were you at tennis? Were you a bit of a star as younger, or you didn't take to it too well?
I thought I was pretty good.
Yeah? Win a few comps as a young one?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's good. Yeah, what made you leave it?
I hated it.
There's nothing like team sport, I will say that.
No, yeah, a bit boring just being by yourself, I
guess.
Yeah,
I never thought about it like that. Yeah, it's just very lonely.
It's very lonely, very lonely. You and your coach all day long.
Yeah. Except when you verse Peter at Warball and she's just a fucking lippy little bitch the whole time because I'm losing.
You should go play old mate over there, Talia Goldsmith.
We'll have to bring you down for a game of Warball. You'll probably smash it.
No,
why? Are you any good?
Background.
Are you any good?
She's very competitive.
Talia's good too.
I'm competitive. I'm not good.
I mean, Crebit and I have only played once, and I smashed her and Liz.
We played twice, you fucking liar. You ran into my car the first time as well.
No, that was when we went for a coffee.
Then we went and played warball.
Oh, did I beat you that time too? Must have.
Yeah, shut up. Let's move on. Asking up.
All my wins just roll into one.
I think I deleted the. Oh no, I didn't.
Is that for your losses?
Yeah. All right, so you can't hear anything, Bobby. Don't worry, you'll hear it on the playback.
It was like a womp womp.
Oh.
So the tennis career obviously didn't work out.
No, it didn't work out.
What did you go to next?
So yeah, where
I then moved to touch football.
So you've started playing touch. Were you ever a netballer?
Oh, fucking hate netball, but yes, I was a netballer.
What position?
I think we all were a netballer at one
I
stage.
think just like because all your mates play and you're like...
And it's just like pushed in for women to play netball as a
young woman. Netball. I played goal defence.
Yep.
And then I thought, you know what, maybe I'll be like a professional swimmer and started going squad.
Ooh,
5 in the morning. Thought that was pretty mad.
And what was your best stroke?
None.
What? Do you remember your best time?
She's called Big Nug for a reason.
Literally.
Actually, can I just stop there? How did you fucking get the name Big Nug?
Well, I have 2 asshole of younger sisters.
Yeah, you generally younger siblings are fuckwits.
Yeah, and Andy, I don't know if you've seen Andy before, but she's pretty Anno, right? And
bit of a Marge.
Fuck Nano. And then just anyone compared to her is just a nug. So there's one of our friends is a chicken tender, chicken strips, and I've got Big Nug.
You know what? Nuggets are the best of all forms of chicken anyway. So I would actually take that as a compliment and run with it. Big Nug.
So you went into swimming. Do you remember what your best 50 free was time? Nah.
It was a long time ago.
That's all right. So you played touch. Did you play touch for the Bay?
Yeah.
Can you swim, Peter?
Yeah, I was a mad swimmer.
Really?
She also did squad.
That's surprising. Not in a disrespect, respectfully, because normally swimmers are long torso,
that's why we weren't good.
My build would be good for swimming, but I'm a shocking swimmer.
Yeah, right. No, I used to go. Not that good, but I used to go to state every year.
It takes me 2 minutes to do 50 meters, and then I need another 3-minute break at the end.
It's hard work now these days.
I'd go to state every year. Never really made. Once I go to state, I wouldn't actually win or anything. I just
you definitely get lapped.
Yeah, but you get the
not lapped.
You've got the street cred around school going I want to state for swimmers.
Yeah, it was not hard. Yeah, I don't know. We used to swim when we were little. We used to swim every morning, so it's just what you do in Maxville.
Righto, who gives a fuck about swimming? Let's get back to touch footy. So you started playing touch footy. So where would you play? Where were you playing touch football at, and whereabouts did you get to in touch football?
So I started very young at touch. Played for the Nelson Bay Neptunes. All the way
locally,
through. Locally, yeah, all the way through. I played in the under-20s for New South Wales in the State of Origin.
Yep.
2 times. I don't know how old I was when I first started.
Just out of curiosity, did you play New South Wales with Katie at all?
No. Not past Stanford.
Not Stanford?
No.
So she's a bit older than you.
Is that different to what? Wait, how old are you?
24.
How old's Katie? 25.
I don't know.
I swear Katie's played New South Wales for touch as well.
Oh, was that for the schools though?
Oh, different school comp because she was a public system.
No, I was public. No, this is State of Origin, but
this is
for touch.
From State Cup kind of thing.
Oh, God, if I knew how to cut this bit out, I would.
Yeah, me too.
This is bad.
Anyway, you played for New South Wales and then is that sort of where you got to in touch and then you moved on to other sports?
Yeah, just always play, but it's, just same sort of thing. There's always that drama with people. It's just
touch has got a lot of drama surrounding it. I feel.
Yeah,
so how did you meet Katie through touch then?
Hornets.
Hornets.
Yeah.
Hills Hornets.
No, not Hills Hornets.
Oh.
On a Western Hornets.
That's the rep team. Yeah.
For the region.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I met Katie.
Because I remember when you come to rugby and she's like, Bobbi Law, I played with her at Hornets, and I was like, I don't know who you're talking about, bro. I met you in the line at the Kent once. That's literally how I met you.
That's bad memories then if you're going to the Kent.
So how many years did you play in the Hornets?
All the way to under 18s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And then so when did you make the move to contact footy?
So me and Maya, we were like...
Maya Stewart,
Maya Stewart, we were like, should we try fucking sevens? Like, nah.
Shout out, Maya.
Yeah, amazing move. No, we were like, should we play sevens? And then we're like, nah, that's too scary. Tackle, fuck that.
Yeah, yep.
And then we were like, nah, let's go play. And we played at what is it, the Whale Sevens? Is that what it's called?
McWhale Sevens at Hamilton? Or it's out at Charlestown?
Yeah, that's where Katie did her knee.
Yeah.
Yes, I was there that day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That was the first day I ever met Katie, and I hadn't even moved to Newcastle yet. I just was there playing because a friend asked me in her team.
Were you playing for Maitland that day?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. There you go.
I hadn't even moved here yet, and I was playing for Maitland.
Oh, that was a terrible day. Anyway, back to you, Bobbi.
And then we just both were like, this is kind of fun. This is not...
It is fun because, just to quickly touch on the contact sport, obviously, I don't know why, I work myself up before every single game with anxiety and whatnot. But once you're out there and you're actually it's almost like it's an adrenaline rush when you're hitting bitches.
Yeah, it's so much fun though. I feel like you form really good friendships in footy because you have to really be there for each other.
Yeah, work for each other.
more so than other sports. But so you played the sevens, and then did you move into 15 straight away, or you sort of just stuck to sevens for a bit?
What happened? We played in that country champs for sevens, and we went
For Hannah?
Yeah, for that one, and then moved into the 15s.
So when did you come to 15s? Is that when the
kind of that season?
Is that the first year that Waratah re-entered the comp?
Was that in 2018?
Is it? Yeah.
I remember versing you in 2018, which is the first year I came to play footy here, and I remember versing you for Waratah.
You were very fast. That's what I remember about you.
I've never been called fast before.
No, because you played in the centres, didn't you?
No, it's the 10.
I was going to say, I feel like I remember you at
Or
10.
The
10.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
well, you were versing me.
No, sorry, it was Maya. Maya's the
She
really
was
fast
versing me and probably fucking running around me, that's why.
Yeah. I remember every time
I used to do the same
Every
too.
time we used to verse you, it was just like ball to Bobby mad cut out to Maya run around every single person in our team. So, yeah, anyway, so how many...
And then Talia kicking the goals.
How many years did you play for Waratah?
It was only the one.
Just the one season?
I'm getting a nod. Yep, it was only the one.
Yeah, right. And then, so what happened after that?
Well, I didn't like rugby that much.
Didn't love it.
Didn't love it. No.
And to be honest, at the end of 2017 is when the women's nines comp was introduced. So, and that was flooded with girls. Like they had like nearly 1,000 registrations just within that Newcastle comp. Like we had a team in it.
So you signed up for the nines?
Yeah, we played
against West.
you. Yeah, so that's kind of how I got into it. So Talia's like, "Come play nines." I was like,
But that was
So
2017.
you played nines for West
for West Newcastle in what was that 2019?
No. I'm pretty sure it was 2017 was the very first year of nines. We
I
played.
wasn't playing.
But she didn't start union until 2018 for Waratah. So then the next year you played nines for league.
Oh, sorry.
2019
And you were
for
playing
West.
for Raymond Terrace or something.
Oh, yes, I was.
Get with it.
You with it?
I don't know. Yes, I was playing for Raymond Terrace. I don't remember versing you, Bart. In that.
That's all right.
No.
So you ripped and teared.
Alright.
I remember you versing us against the Ants.
You came up and you ripped and
Pumped
teared
us
in
there.
nines.
Yeah, so Talia
Presumably.
got me to play nines, and we had old Caitlin Johnson in our team as well. And she
Yeah.
was just ripping and tearing bitches, and me and Talia were just like running off of her, and we
Yeah.
were like, "This is mad."
How good.
And then we actually went to Bali for a holiday. I remember
As you do.
Yeah, as you do.
Unheard of these
No,
days.
very unheard of. And we were sitting.
What's a
Where were we?
holiday?
New Zealand Boggin. We're having a cocktail, and Mum rings me. I'm like, "Oh, this is weird. Mum, what do you want?" Like, I'm on holidays, and talk to me. She's
Buzz
like,
off, Mum.
and then she was like,
Unless you're sending me money.
no, unfortunately not. She was like, "Oh, a coach wants to talk to you." I was like, "Why?" I was like, "That's weird." And it was the coach of the Newcastle team that plays in the Harvey Norman comp.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were like,
yeah.
That like Ash Harvey and Naomi played in for a little bit.
Yeah, so that
Yep.
team, and they're like, "Oh, we want you to come play." I was like, "Kind of in Bali drinking cocktails." Like, this is weird.
Do you mean right now? Because I've a little bit caught up.
I'm a little bit drunk drinking the Bali cocktails, which you don't know what alcohol it is. So
Yeah, no. Well, that's cool though. So you obviously end up accepting that offer.
yeah, so we went back to training. I was unfit as fuck. Eating nasi goreng the whole 2 weeks.
What was
we
your
were there.
Bronco time when you got
Yeah,
back?
not good. Probably 10 minutes.
And
Eh?
your Maz would have been even fucking worse. So yeah, that's all right.
But yeah, and then played that season. And
Spread it.
So just
Bobby was
played-
unfit.
Just played for the one season with the Newcastle team.
yeah, so we played there, and I think I went all right for my first year.
And what position were you playing there?
Playing centre.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the position? Like enjoyed?
Yeah, I did. I just liked.
How did you find like? Obviously, going from league to union, you're kind of swinging a little bit with the play. League, not exactly in today's game, but you're sort of staying your own channels and you sort of play to one side of the field. How did you find?
I liked it a bit better because I thought there was more room. I thought in union, because you don't have to get on side. It was just a bit.
Yep.
I don't know. There.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Just moving around.
Oh,
Keep
sorry.
going.
Yeah, so you found there was a bit more room to play. Look, I was so close to playing league this year and I pussied out.
You should have.
I know, I really wish I did because I fucking love rugby league and I loved, and like watching the girls play on Friday night, I'm like, I just love fucking chicks just having a go.
Yeah, I just found.
And league's just so much easier to understand than union.
Yeah, I thought so too. I had no idea what I was doing in union.
It's just the running back on side and shit that I'd struggle with because I'm a full-time vapor.
So
The addictive personality.
so you played the season, and then what happened then?
So I was pretty lucky. The coach, he was like, oh, because our Newcastle coach was the NRLW coach for the Roosters, and he was like,
Oh, yep.
I want
Convenient.
you to, yeah, he was like, oh, I want you to join our squad. And I was like, oh, me? What the fuck? I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's so good.
I was like, oh, this is pretty mad.
We also thought that was fucking mad. I think I was like, do it. You had no choice.
And then so you started playing with them.
Yeah.
What is the, obviously I just want to hear about it, but like I love the Roosters. Like what's the culture like in that club? The systems that they have with the men, is that sort of implemented in the women as well?
Yeah, they definitely like make you feel like a family.
Yeah,
like you
that's
get
good.
there and everyone's like, oh, hey, like give you a hug, say like really friendly, talk to you.
even from the front desk all the way up to all the coaching staff
Yep.
and everything. Yeah.
Everyone,
Amazing.
even the
I've
people that just work there doing all the computer
I've
stuff.
heard very similar things. It's a very not tightly knit club. I remember you telling us a yarn about a training day you had. I can't remember whether it was towards the finals or whatever last year or the year before, but you got to play touch against first grade boys, and they just fucking shredded you. And you, I think, was it just because they were so good, or were you just in awe of Brett Morris fucking cutting out to Teddy and? Because I wouldn't be able to do anything.
I would be like melting.
Oh yeah, I'd just be a puddle. Like, did you get to like have much to do with the first graders?
The first year a little bit.
Sorry, what year did you join? What year was this?
2019.
2019.
Yeah, so 2019, yeah, we did. We kind of crossed over, but because I guess we were kind of later trainings because we all had to work and shit.
Yeah.
So we kind of only crossed paths, not really every single training session was with
And
them.
how many times a week did you have to go down to Sydney for this?
3.
Because you're working full time as well.
Yeah,
aren't
so
you?
this is when I was working full time. I was working a job I didn't love. So I was working, we trained 3 times, but because my job was like, no, you need to work a strict 30-hour week, I was fucking
that
getting
makes
to
it
work
so
at
hard.
7 in the morning, leaving at 12:30, and then to go to training, get home at about 11. And then on the days that you didn't have training, had to start at 7, finish like 5.
Yeah.
With, like,
that's
it's
so
massive.
half an
rough,
hour lunch
eh?
break,
That's
yeah.
so
Yeah,
rough.
It was
it's
rough,
terrible.
so rough.
And I don't think people like fully understand the commitment that it is, and like especially if you're not living at the place where your team's training.
Yeah, like Sydney, traveling to Sydney is so shit.
Yeah, and it's like
So
most
far.
people don't want to have to relocate to Sydney,
What-
but
what-
at the same time, it makes it so rough.
Well, that just reminded me of something. Like traveling down to Sydney, and you're training in the eastern suburbs. Would they pay for your tolls and stuff, or did you have to cough up money for
And the fuel and
fuel
whatever.
and all that?
We got an allowance sort of thing
Fair
Yeah.
for
enough.
that, but you just had to like submit your receipts and all that.
God,
sort of stuff.
Katie and I have paid, I reckon, over $200 in tolls in the last like 2 months, just with Benny's leg, going to watch one game and then a Chooks game. And I'm like, when are these guys? It's like, you know in Harry Potter when the letters just keep coming through the fucking mailbox? I'm like, when is it going to stop?
So you don't have an e-toll.
We do apparently in the top drawer out there.
Oh, yeah.
Katie's like, oh yeah, I found it. I was like, beauty. All right, so you played, how many games did you play in the 2019 season?
I had a
Because
bit
you only
of a
get
rough,
you only get a few.
yeah. So you like literally have to win all your games to make the finals, and it's like 4 games.
Yep.
But I was 18th man the first few, and then I played the last. So
That's all right. Still
Yeah.
got, still
Still
got
got
on the
to play.
board. That's all right. So
complaining.
2020 was your 2020 was sort of like your season where you sort of cemented a spot
yeah,
in the starting side. Is
yeah.
that
It was
correct?
hard last year because
The bubble.
Yep.
yeah.
Everything about last year was hard.
So we had to go into like a semi-bubble last year. So like basically, technically, all you were meant to do. Sorry, I just read a note Peterson, and now I'm laughing and I lost track.
That's all right. Talk to me.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Gotta make a call. Don't trip over or fucking knock it in. Yeah, so obviously COVID made everything very difficult.
Yeah, so
Made everything difficult for everyone, let
So-
alone you professional sports people.
yeah, so technically, like we were meant to like in a semi-bubble, which means basically we were only meant to go to work
Yep.
and training.
Because you's had the were you playing with Howie at this
Yeah.
stage? I remember seeing like Howie put something up and it was like an app or something where you just had to like log into it every day?
Every day we had to check our temperature, do a questionnaire on like how we're feeling, if we're sort of sick, if we got a runny nose or anything like that, and then you'd get a green tick and be like, okay, you're allowed to come to training today.
Did Tar being your partner, did Tar have like similar restrictions as well? Like was she sort of
she had restrictions, so we had to like fill out this questionnaire saying like what they do for work, where they go.
Yeah, so you
what
were
they do, what they do on the weekend. So
they were kept
had
on a
to,
leash as well.
So I had to also every morning do a questionnaire for her. What's her temperature?
That's crazy.
If she's sick, yeah.
Did you ever have to get a COVID test?
Yeah, so every week before game.
Oh my God, every week.
Every week we got COVID tests.
So by the 2020 season, even though it's the asterisk season that we all talk about, how many NRLW games were played? Like how many were for the season? Is it still the 6 or?
Wait, what was the question?
So, but okay, so
I was listening, but
2019 obviously was the first year, and you said you only played a handful of games.
Yeah.
Did the 2020 season increase in round games?
No, so it was still the same.
So it was still the
same?
Still
the 3 round games and then just the final. So 4 games.
Okay. So moving into 2021, something else I want to touch on before we delve too much. 2021, is the season extending at all?
Yeah, so because they've brought in those new teams.
Well, that's something I want to touch on.
Yeah.
But
yes, it will be expanding. So
it will be expanding.
Yeah, so
do you know roughly how many games the girls will play? I'd love to see a full season.
7.
I'd love to see a full season of NRLW, but again,
like the time commitment, the money commitment, and everything.
Oh,
like
hey,
that.
Peter, you're back.
I am back. Just a quick call.
Yeah, full time.
Oh yeah, Bobbi, I honestly take my hat off to you. Like training in Sydney, however many times a week it is. Like Katie got caught up for this Super W thing and had to go and train in Gosford twice or whatever, and like that's just a pain in the ass. You're doing this week in, week out.
And like you were saying before, you only would cross paths with the men. Like that's what I was saying. Caitlin Leaney, she's been playing for Waratahs. They've been going to Sydney 3 times a week as well for the last 6 months. And they get there and the men are just leaving, and it's just like, she's just like, it's so hard because they're just leaving because they've been out of gym all day, train, because they literally, that's their full-time job.
Then you got to squeeze your gym in, you got to squeeze your training in.
Whereas you work all day, then you have to train.
Plus you got to make time for your partner, your family,
and a
your
social
friends,
life.
Exactly, a social life.
And a lot of the women do have children and stuff, like
kids.
It's really hard.
I've got fur babies.
I was about to say you have 3. I'll just touch on we've just offloaded one of our dogs. I've been babysitting, and I don't know how you used to do 3 dogs.
And 3 cats.
I took the dogs for a walk yesterday morning, and it was absolute torture after night shift. I was like, this turned me off children altogether. I hate walking my dogs at both at the same time because Benny's a fuckwit, like all the time. Look at him now. Look at him now.
He's little. Just pull him into line.
Look at him.
He's in his Anglo bed.
But should we?
Yeah. I before we go into what we just talked about, the inclusion of the new teams and obviously the extension of the NRLW, which is mad and we're pumped for.
So good.
Something happened, obviously, at the end of 2020 that stopped your season. You had an ACL injury.
Yes.
ACL rupture?
Yep, full rupture.
Full rupture. So do you want to give us a bit of an idea of sort of what happened, how it happened, and then we'll kind of delve into sort of how you dealt with it, your rehab, your prehab, your rehab, everything, and then leading up into like coming back into the NRLW.
Well, it wasn't really even like, you just wish like it was in a game, you're like, look real mad, you're like, oh yeah, I just did my ACL in the game. No, this is like the week before our grand final against the Broncos at training, like Thursday before game on the weekend. Just got switched under, like no defence in front of you, just got switched under and just...
Your knee just went the wrong way.
No, my knee, it felt like...
And did you know straight away?
Yeah, so it felt like I had stopped, but like my knee kept going. Yeah. And
Is it like a pop feeling?
It felt like nothing stopped it. Just everything just
And the
kept
pain,
going.
like it was...
instant, and then it kind of just goes away.
That's exactly what Katie said. Katie said when she did her knee,
I've heard that about like full ruptures. Like if it just partially tears, it's like still in pain, but if it's just fully ruptures, like pain immediately, and then just kind of goes away. And
so what exactly did you do? ACL? Did you do meniscus?
A little bit of meniscus, so they had to do
the other ligaments on the other side.
So I was pretty lucky. Didn't do all three.
So when you had surgery, and I've had conversations with you. Obviously, the Roosters were awesome with all your recovery and whatnot. Like they helped. They pretty much put you into surgery straight away.
Yeah, I think I was pretty lucky. So I think because I was playing under the Roosters, I kind of got pushed in a bit. Yeah, because it was kind of at the end of the year, and you know how like most surgeons are already booked out, and
you had surgery
within 2 weeks of doing my ACL,
so quick,
which is really good.
I know.
And then you would have had all their rehab facilities and stuff as well to be able to help you.
Yeah,
is that right?
Well, I kind of was using my own up in Newcastle because it's just such a trek to Sydney. So it was good.
But you would have had people liaising with you from the club as well.
Yeah, at the start, and then kind of my physio took over, and she's really good. So.
Yeah, and so you've been doing rehab for that. How long ago was that now, the injury?
8 months.
8 months, right. So is it the full year you'll need, or you're pretty much
I'm pretty confident that I'll be back for this season of NRL. Yeah.
Beauty. So will you play – no. Will you play – you know how you had the Central Coast Roosters team or whatever, will you play with them at all?
No, that's nearly finished. So they're into semis this week.
Oh, okay, so you'll go straight into NRLW.
Yeah. So no games under my belt, just straight in.
All right, well, that's good. That's great that you're confident and that your knee's better. I get daily logs that you're running and doing functional fitness workouts, and we're always like complimenting each other. I love it. I love it.
I love the Apple Watch compliments.
Between you three, sometimes they're a bit saucy. Sometimes they're a bit fucking nasty as well.
Blame Siri.
Blame Siri. Obviously, an ACL injury is a huge injury. Like it's like probably one of the biggest, other than like say your shoulder or back or whatever. Massive soft tissue injury. How did you deal with that mentally, and how do you think you overcome it?
I think before surgery, and Talia probably backed me up, I was a mess, I was like, you're just like, oh, never going to get back into it. Like, you have all those negative thoughts.
Yep.
But then kind of like when I had surgery, I was like, you know what, fuck it. It's done now. Nothing can be changed. I just got to go forward and just get better.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
the mindset you need. Like, but it's obvious. It's like natural to have those negative thoughts where you don't think you're going to go.
The whole time,
you're always going to feel sorry for yourself and
like,
whatnot.
It hasn't been positive the whole time. It's been like times when you're like, this is shit. Like nothing's working. And I'm not even going to watch your friends play. Yeah, like it's so hard watching all your mates play. But then you're like, no, I need to be determined. But then you like go back and you're like, no, this is fucked. I'm not doing it. Like I don't care.
You're going waves and whatnot. But in the headspace that you're in now, you're doing well and you're ready.
I feel like everything's working now. Like,
that's good.
You're looking fit. Apple is telling me that you're fit.
Hope so.
Siri keeps reminding me every day of the runs.
Just trying to motivate you.
Workout. I need all the motivation I can get, baby. That's really interesting because obviously, you hear a lot about it with the men's league and stuff, and we talk about like physical injuries and stuff, but now there's such a big emphasis on mental health as well, and an injury to that extent can obviously take a massive toll on your mental health. Obviously, you've got a very supportive partner. You've got good mates. Well, I don't know if you'd class us as good mates. We're fuckwits. But you've got and you've obviously got a beautiful family as well that surround you that can kind of like help you through.
I think my mum was more depressed when I did my knee than what I was. And I was
like, oh, really?
That's great.
Were you able to still keep working with your surgeries and everything? Like you work at a job that was fine? Or
so at the start, I think just because you can't move or drive, so I don't think I could drive for about 2 weeks. So I was just working from home, but I was probably just laying on the lounge watching more movies.
That sounds a bit like.
But Katie. It's good that you got that option. You're able to work at home and you weren't taken out of work.
Because sorry to keep bringing Katie up, but when.
No, is this about Katie? Or?
No. I thought this was a Sunday session with Bobbi Law.
Only because she
and Katie Stanford.
Only because Stanford's had the same injury. I know that they pretty much had her fucking walking out of the hospital straight after.
Literally,
surgery.
the day after I was in physio, and the physio was like, "So we're going to straighten your knee today." I was like, "What? Sorry, what?"
Wait, so again, back to the injury. Did they take a graft from?
Yeah, so it took from a hamstring. I was going to do so they do like the patella tendon
Oh,
Ew.
But yeah, like
That all grosses me out. And I don't
yeah,
want
it
to know.
sounds
I
really
just wanted
gross,
to
eh?
know, and then we want to move on. Oh, fuck, that
I did the
grosses me out.
hamstring. Sorry, hamstring.
I'd love to
Does
like
anyone
find
want
out.
another bloke or?
I'm
I've
still
still
going
got
on
one.
mine. I'd love to meet someone that's had one of the like cadaver ones.
What's that?
Is that like
from
a
a dead body?
Yeah,
Like the
Maisie Moo.
Achilles?
Maisie Moo.
Maya?
Yeah,
She's
Maya.
had one from a cadaver?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Brooke
right.
Carter got an Achilles.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's
an
like
ACL
amazing,
as
and it's
well.
good that like obviously their body the body
Yeah,
accepts it, but
yeah,
it's
but
good.
that's a risk as well.
It is. That it's a risk that it would reject it. But yeah, and then coming back, so obviously, have you felt like your hamstrings had any issues from that, or you feel pretty fit and strong?
Yeah, no tears or
No
tightness
tears
or anything.
Nah, but like it's so hard to build your hamstring strength
It
up.
is. It is. Yeah.
And I guess time will tell. Once you're back out on the paddock and you're running around and stuff, and you'll obviously, you'll know.
Yeah, and there's still some time, so
Yeah. Exactly.
still obviously working.
Yeah.
Not 100% yet.
Yeah. 100%.
Unless you've got any other ACL questions,
No.
I just wanted to know what your thoughts are, because I got a funny story behind this, but Peter's not going to find it funny. But anyway,
I feel
obviously,
like we've heard it like 3 a.m. probably.
no. Obviously, we found out that there's the inclusion of 3 new teams in the NRLW, which
Yep.
is super exciting. Like, that's so exciting for our game.
Yep.
So, Newcastle Knights, Parramatta Eels, and the Gold Coast Titans.
Yes, nice. So Herbert actually messaged me earlier
Don't
this
tell
week.
them what I said.
And she was like, so, Knights, Para, and the Dogs. I was like, Dogs? Well, mate, it's
I was talking to
Titans. She goes,
I was-
oh, thank God I'm so drunk right now.
I was
That's
talking
a
to your
Tuesday
friend.
as well.
I was talking to your friend. Marley?
Silver?
Yeah, Silver, because her old man used to
Yeah.
play for the Dogs, and I had the Dogs on my mind, so that's what made me put it down. So yes, Newcastle, Para, and the Titans. Obviously, the Warriors have withdrawn from the competition. What are your thoughts on that? Like, that's personally, I think it's fantastic that there's more teams. We need more. Just think about our local rugby comp. Like, the more teams you get diverse,
The
a little
better.
bit more diversity, and
And I think that they waited long enough that competition below is sort of getting strong enough that there's enough players to field
the
more
talents.
teams.
Yeah, the talents.
Because you don't obviously that you don't want to bring in a heap of teams and then pull down the quality, because the NRLW that was being played with the 4 teams was
quality.
really good quality.
Yeah.
So you don't want to introduce heaps of teams and then bring the quality down. But I feel like the amount they've introduced, Warriors gone, that it's still going to be that high quality footy.
Yeah, I think so. I think just because it's NRLW, I think it's still going to be quality.
I reckon it's going to be
100%.
mad.
I think I'm really excited to watch.
Just quick story. When I woke up off my last night shift last week, I was absolutely today. Like, I've come off night shift today, and I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I feel I've got a spring in my step. I almost went for a swim. Like, that's how good I felt. I've been in tornado mode cleaning the house. Thank you, Tar, for noticing that I cleaned the house. Just racing around and whatever. Normally I wake up and my eyeballs are hanging out of my head and I hate everyone. But I woke up last week, and the first video that I watched on Facebook was the Newcastle Knights team announcement. And I was hysterically crying into my phone.
Emotional.
I was so
Crab.
emotional watching this video. I was like, oh my God, like, thank God, like, this is so great for all these young talent. So anyway, enough about me being a fuckwit. Have you thought about ever making the move to play for Newcastle? Like, is that something you would consider? I know that, like, we would hate it because obviously, like, I've got your Chookies pants on that you gave me for my engagement party. I've got my Blues jersey on because the boys play tonight.
And your East hat.
And I've got my East hat because you're an East girl.
But yeah, obviously,
You've obviously dressed accordingly.
yes,
She's just nice.
neutral. But obviously, like, you've had a really good time with the Roosters and you played really well there, and obviously you sound like you've enjoyed it. But also the opportunity with a local club.
Not travelling fucking
Not
3
travelling
hours
this-
and
yeah.
$100 worth of tolls each time.
Literally. And
Would you do that?
Yeah, it's definitely an option.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I'm sure that the Knights would be, like, thrilled to have you. So it just, it'd be exciting to see what you do this season.
like, this is like the first ever women's NRL team in Newcastle. That's pretty mad. Like,
it's
to be the
amazing.
foundation of that.
Exactly.
It'd be
Imagine
a really
being a
cool
part
thing
of that.
to be a part of.
Yeah.
So when do they do they have trials? Do they pick from certain rep teams? Like, I know, like Soph Higgins and all that were playing in the what was their
country champs?
Yeah, country champs and stuff. Obviously, they'll make selections from that. They'll obviously scout from other teams.
Yeah,
like St George and Brisbane and Roosters were there. They're all still there.
And all the girls that were playing for Warriors, obviously, they're up for grabs as well.
Yep. So they don't do trials. They just so the coach
scouts.
Obviously,
says, I want you.
Yeah, I want you and you.
Is there any whispers that he wants you? Can we say yay, no? You don't have to say it on here.
That's right.
I mean a fuckwit.
We might even do another podcast once Bobbi signs with whichever team she signs with this year. We might do a podcast doing a little excited.
Wherever you end up, because actually...
Will we still be friends?
No, we'll always be mates, because that's what I just wanted to touch on. You got us 8 tickets to the Chooks game that time. And
I had such a ball.
Yeah, I didn't even come in.
We were as sober as a judge, and we had the funnest night of our lives.
Are we going to the Chookies game this Thursday?
I want to,
but apparently tickets...
Can you get tickets for that?
Yeah, well, I was actually going to ask you on air, can you organise tickets? Because you can't buy them online.
Really?
Because Gladys has put everything to 50 capacity at 50%. Well, apparently it's sold out, but I've also messaged my membership man and said, hey, can I use my flexi membership here because it was meant to be at the cricket ground? But yeah, if you can organise some tickets for that, I'll definitely go.
See
Otherwise, we can all come here and watch it. But I'm on day work the next day, so you'll have to fuck off straight after.
It's not good because it starts at 8 o'clock as well, eh?
Yeah.
I'm keen to watch it, but that'd be a mad game.
Yeah,
imagine that in Newcastle, and that's what one of the boys...
Will anyone be there except us?
No, well, that's what... One of the boys that I work with, he's a massive Chooks fan too, and I said, Macca, you getting tickets to the game? He goes, yeah, bloody oath. He goes... Of course Newcastle fans will want to come and watch some winning teams. They don't usually see it that much there. I was like, you know what? You're right.
But to be honest, the day you got us those tickets with the, we're in the Chook pen, Crab
we
and I
were
were
in
just
the best spot ever.
it was so much fun. They were banging the drums and it didn't matter that the whole rest of the crowd were Newcastle fans. We were just in this one little corner, they're banging the drums, and screaming. East. It was so good. We had the best time.
And we were literally on the waters.
I literally was on the waters.
We were both on the waters that night. None of us were drinking.
I think I was concussion girl that week.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm
glad you're on the waters.
Something like that.
Don't know what my issue was, but I wasn't
You're
drinking.
probably on night shift the next day or something.
I don't know why I didn't drink, but me and Peter had the best time. It was so much fun. Yeah. So yeah, if you can get us tickets, that'd be awesome. Now I've been messaging you back and forward during the week. You've mentioned to me that so you're big nug in our footy tipping comp, and you're coming third. Why is your
third now?
Well, I think so. But
no, I'm pretty sure I'm second. I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah, you are second.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, you've kicked Sexy Sanford out of her position.
Yes, thank you.
My apologies for that.
That's all right.
Why is your picture? I like in this chicks tipping comp people with little flary names you're Big Nug. I'm Crashly. There's NRL.
NRL's my favourite. Probably it's pretty funny.
You need to think of something better than Peter S. because that fucking sucks.
I didn't know we were doing nicknames.
Well, if you get on that, you can change it. So.
I'm sorry. I didn't realise we were doing nicknames, so I'll go.
That's all right.
I'll get in there and I'll
Tar,
change
you can't
it.
talk. You're just Tar.
That's all right. Yeah, but she's got 2 H's. At least she's a bit more fucking original than Peter. Why is she thinking Cowboys jersey?
Well, that's who I used to go for back in the day. But
you told me that your 2 favourite teams were the Knights and the Roosters.
back when JT used to play.
Can you come sit closer to me when we do this?
Yeah.
Because I don't want Big Nugs beady eyes looking over. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to do we do this with all our guests, and by all our guests, we've done it with Brooke. But we're going to start doing it with all our guests. So whatever your favourite team is, we're going to ask you a couple of trivia questions to see how well you know your team before we rip into Petey's fast five.
I'm not good with shit like this. No, can I change my team? Can I go with Knights or something?
Yeah, it's Knights and Roosters.
It's Knights and Roosters. Fuck, where are the questions? All right, here you go. All right, you can ask the first one.
Okay. When did the Knights join the comp?
88.
What's the bump button?
Isn't it 1988?
1999.
Wait, what? I want to check that.
That doesn't seem right, eh?
I want to check that.
I wouldn't mind checking that. Tar, can you please just deorder that
I'm
over
pretty
there?
sure it's 1988. I think you used it wrong.
I actually don't think it's 1999. That seems too long.
99. They won the comp in 97, you dickheads.
Yeah. Why did you write that?
No, Ash signed in 87. Yeah, so it would have been 88. They played. 88,
yeah. All right.
Sorry, Krebit's written the wrong answer here.
Krebit thinks the Knights won in 98 when they won in 97.
I might have to change it. I might have to change it for someone else's questions too.
You go.
All right. Oh, fuck. You can see the
I
questions
can't
now.
see them.
Who coached the Knights in 2004?
I don't know.
Have a guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that
88.
right.
88, is it? Thank you. I don't know what. I must have been looking at the NBL or something.
Have a guess at the coach.
I have a hint.
Starts with M.
M.
Last name starts with H. That's all the guesses that you get.
Oh,
Don't you fucking dare give clues or I'll
Is
come
it?
over there.
Nah, you're wrong anyway.
What'd you say?
Harrigan.
Talia.
Paul Harrigan.
I was going with
I
what
think, it was,
Talia yelled out.
I think he was the captain. No. Michael Hagan. So,
I mean,
all right. So you get 2 questions for the Knights. You get 2 questions for the
Okay,
Roosters.
yeah.
So this is your first Roosters question.
Who scored the first try of the 2018 grand final?
in the men's,
Yeah.
in the grand final.
Yeah, 2018.
Roosters player, obviously.
So the first one when we were versus
Was this when we were playing the Raiders?
Storm. So it was the one where we versus Storm. It was very early on and very easy, and I'm watching you.
Oh, was it Verrills?
No.
Daniel Tupou.
Daniel Tupou.
I mean, that probably makes more sense to say.
Yeah.
He's a flying winger.
All right. This is a.
But didn't he score
This
in one
is
of
a
the grand
sad.
finals?
This is a sad one. But
Be muscle.
how many wooden spoons have the Chooks won? Now, give me a number, and then if you can give me the years, you get bonus points.
I feel like they haven't got many wooden spoons.
You're correct. They haven't got many, but
I'm going to be like, I want to say 1 or 2. I'm going to go 3.
are you going to go 4, 5, 6? I don't know.
He's locked in 3.
Yeah, I've locked in 3.
3.
Yeah.
So
What is that? What
we've
was that? Was that
we've
9?
actually lost 5. So
Should have said
I didn't think it would have been that many, to be honest.
19
I'm a Chooks fan. I didn't
1949, 1963,
49?
65,
Wow, who's alive back then?
66,
No,
and
no.
2009.
2009. That's not that long ago. It's
All
just
right.
been better.
We're almost at the end of this, Bob. You're almost free to
We've got a
go.
few questions. So, what's the best concert you've ever been to?
I reckon Miley Cyrus was pretty good.
Fuck yeah, that sounds mad. Last movie you watched?
Fast and Furious 9.
Oh, did you
Is that
like
the
it?
new one?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I thought it made more sense than all the others. Like a bit of a storyline.
If you
but
had $1 million to spend, but you had to spend it by the end of the week, what were you spending it on?
I want a brand new house on Merriweather Beach.
Oh.
I don't think you'll get one for $1 million, but
Last, no, it'd be
you
like
like?
half a house.
Oh, yeah.
Last question. What's your favourite podcast?
Fun, Fresh and Footy with Pete Nash.
Oh.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up.
Yeah, no matter what.
yeah, that was good. That was good.